Chasing purpose is a journey of self-love, self-development, healing, and spirituality. Welcome to another episode of Chasing Purpose, heard right here on the Bridge 99 FM in Jamaica and in the New York tri-state area on Irie Jam Radio. Welcome, Bridge Nation. All right, so Wednesday of last week we did Sin Things. We had a giveaway. And we had Nico Kelly of Bootleg Rockstar. He was here with his Rockstar Beauty. We posted on our social media, Chasing Purpose on Purpose, if you're not following us there. Also follow the Bridge 99 FM on all social media platforms. Okay, my chin keeps hitting the mic. Can you guys hear that? And download the app so you can see what's happening in the studio as well. But so one of the questions was, or the question was, name, I think 3 or 4, just two of our pillars. Great effort, everyone, but nobody got it right, which means to me that we're not saying, or I am not saying or driving home what our pillars are. So I'm going to do that. Just give me a few minutes to do that right now. So our pillars are simple: nurturing faith, setting intentions, pursuing aspirations, all while living boldly. Why those 4 pillars? Again, I'm going to say it again: nurturing faith, setting intentions, pursuing aspirations, all while living boldly. Those 4 pillars are the pillars that I personally used on my journey of purpose, finding my purpose, walking in my purpose, thriving in my purpose. It is something that I revert back to constantly whenever I feel myself veering off or not feeling connected, or not just when I just feel not like I'm not in the right frame of mind. I go back to those pillars of nurturing my faith, of setting intentions, of pursuing the aspirations that I have, all while living boldly. And that takes me or leads me. Those are my guides, as I chase my purpose, as I walk in my purpose, as I thrive in my purpose. And I would ask you guys to do those very things as you are on this journey, whatever stage or phase you are in your life right now. Those things help us, or they help me for sure, on this thing called life. So nurturing faith, pursuing aspirations, setting intentions, all while living boldly. So I just gave away the answers. So if you have your phone right now, go over to the Chasing Purpose _on Purpose IG page, and drop just two of those guides, two of those pillars that we have here on Chasing Purpose, and you'll be able to be gifted that awesome beauty system, I guess you'd call it, from Rockstar Beauty. All right, so we're gonna head right into our Mindset Minute message today. We have a really awesome show as per usual. We have an awesome show, and I look forward to our guest that's coming in she'll be online in the 11 o'clock hour. But yeah, let's jump right in. Our mindset message today is do it now. Right now. Right this minute, do it now. Whatever it is that you have on your heart, whatever that dream is, whatever that aspiration is, whatever that wish, that hope, that want, that need, do it now. So many times in our lives, we put things off that will set our souls on fire and help us fulfill our purpose for reasons we've convinced ourselves are more important. We're going to talk about self-sabotage later on down the show. We want to do that course, but we don't have the money. We want to apply for that job, but we need to get our master's degree first. That's something that someone told you. That's a limiting belief. We want to wear the bikini, but need to lose some more weight. I had that problem this weekend, but I put the bikini on anyway. We want to start our own business, but we just need to get our lives together first. Start the business, girl. Start it, because life is always good. Life is going to happen. Just start it. Newsflash, tomorrow is promised to no one. And I think I said this plenty of times. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is the real deal. It's happening now. Now. Life is happening right this minute. So whatever it is that you have put aside, you know how we start the beginning of the year. We say, all right, we're going to do this January morning. And come January evening, not one thing has been done. Whatever that is, pick it up right now. Go and do it. Whatever it is, and I mean whatever. If it is the pounds that you want to lose, if it is you want to go take a cello lesson class, if it is you want to become an actor, if it is you want to become a DJ, you want to come work at a bridge right now, drop the resume right now. Whatever it is, do it. Procrastination is something that I know I am I've said this. I am Cynthia Shea, and I'm a procrastinator. Something that I am working on. I can't tell you how many times there's all these opportunities that come to me that I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm just like, yeah, ready, rearing, going. And I just put it by the wayside. For fear of, I don't even know what. There's so many things that stacked up. But I'm telling you right now, whatever that is, me could just do it, no? Just do it. No, you don't need the master's degree. It's great to have it. Don't get me wrong. It's great to have it, but no, you don't need the master's degree to still get the job. You don't need to know how to work on radio to go work on radio. Many of us here in radio had no clue, i.e. me. But here I am. You're hearing and seeing me. Just do it. Don't wait. Time is fleeting. If COVID taught us anything, we lost 2-3 years of our lives? Sitting in this fear, sitting in this place of, oh my God, what next? Oh my God, I can't go here, so I'm gonna get this. No. Whatever it is, run. Don't walk. Run towards that dream and that goal. Put it in motion. Put it in action. Plant the seed. Maybe the seed has already been planted. However, you haven't nurtured it. You haven't looked at it. You haven't poured any water. You haven't fertilized it. No. A lot of us are victim. A lot of us are victim. I myself. But it's important that we all understand whatever that dream, that goal, that aspiration is, we have to take it by the horns and go now. Do it now. Last week we spoke about being in charge of our lives. Now is the time. We prove it by putting out the effort. Prove it to yourself. You don't need to prove anything to anybody else. That's a life lesson right there. Something, and I think, where it starts where, as a child, we are looking to make sure that mommy and daddy are happy. When we get to school, we want to make sure that our teachers think we're doing well on our test, and then we want friends, so we want to do whatever our friends want us to do. And it just kind of, there's this always looking outside of ourselves for some sort of validation. We don't need to prove anything to anybody. Just prove it to yourself. You are good enough. You have what it takes. You need nothing more. And when I say need nothing more, it's always good to be pouring into you and learning. And JB, I hear that popping. I know what you're talking about. I'm going to work on it. When it's important that you pour into you, but be reminded that whatever it is that you need to do to get to where you need to be, you already have it. It's just for you to set it in motion. It's just for you to go. On your mark, set, go. The trigger's already been pulled. You're here. It's happening. Life is happening right now. And the question is life happening to you? Are you letting life just pass you by? Or are you taking actions? Are you putting the right steps in place to go for whatever it is that you need to be doing right now? If you're sitting down and listening to me, what is it? What is it? What do you open up that journal right now? What did you write down January morning? It is now about to be November? What did you write down that you should have been doing months ago that you need to be doing right now? Time gone. Let's not look in the past. Let's look to the future. So I want to say a special big up to Kabaka. His album is out now. It's called The Calling. Yeah. But the song that we just played, Dreams to Reality, as we talk about doing it now, right? What are the dreams that you're turning into reality right now? What dreams are you turning into reality right now? Let me tell you, some people who did have dreams, who did act it, and they're now like walking in their purpose. I mean, it's mind blowing, but again, these people are showing you that it is attainable, it's achievable. You can do it. You can do it. Recently, as a part of Jamaica's Heroes Day celebrations, a number of our great contributors to this country were honored. Again, people who turn their dreams into reality. Cheryl Lee Ralph was awarded Order of Jamaica. She's now the Honorable Cheryl Lee Ralph. Yeah? Shelly Ann Fraser, too, was awarded the Order of Jamaica. She is now the Honorable Shelly Ann Fraser. Sharika Jackson was awarded the Order of Distinction. Agent Sasco, like that one for me was big. Agent Sasco awarded the Order of Distinction, among so many others. Big up to Clive Williams from Where It's At magazine in the New York Tri-State, from the New York Tri-State area. He was also awarded yesterday for his contributions to the diaspora. But those are just a few of persons that were bestowed awards upon yesterday. These persons had dreams and still have dreams. They're turning them into reality. They're turning them into reality. And it's not that they don't have the fears or the anxieties or, you know, the doubts. They have them, but they lean into it anyway. They run with the fear and eventually outrun the fear. And see, you know, Sasco, brilliant. All right, so we head into our Reach Out and Touch segment of the show. And our theme is Seize the Day. Similar to our Mindset Minute message. It's no longer a Mindset Minute message, it's just a mindset message. Do it now. Seize the day. Carpe Diem is a Latin expression which means seize the day, and encourages people to enjoy the present instead of worrying about the future. Carpe Diem, have you heard that before? Seize the day helps us realize how fragile and precious life is. So take advantage of it. Go out into the world and discover. Also important on this journey of life. Today's guest is more than a survivor. She's also a thriver because she learned the importance of seizing the day and the importance of living in the now. Pauline Palmer is no stranger to both sides of the healthcare system. As a breast cancer survivor and a nurse who works in the palliative care, Pauline never takes for granted the fact that none of us has a guaranteed tomorrow, not one of we. Carpe Diem happens to be one of the mantras she lives by today. Pauline, welcome to Chasing Purpose.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And it's what time is it where you are right now?
It's just after 5 in the evening, so it will be dark in about 20 minutes, half an hour.
And where are you?
I'm in London, England.
In London. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Chasing Purpose. Before we jump into, can you just tell me what palliative care is? Tell our listeners.
In a healthcare setting, we actually look after people that are on the verge of dying. They may have a life-limiting condition where there is no cure, and they literally are dying. It could be weeks, days, or even hours. But we do our best to make sure that that transition is as pain-free and as dignified as possible.
Did you always want to be a nurse?
Yes. From a very young age, I was the one that would dress up like a nurse. Plasters on hands and bandage on dolly babies. And yeah, pretty much for most of my teenage years as well. I was a physio on a football team for where I worked. Mm-hmm. And I took great pleasure in seeing the men go down, and I could run over with my ice bucket and, you know, tap them and say, how you doing? You're going to be back. Get out there and play. But leaving school, I did get distracted. I wasn't sure what I really wanted to do. So nursing took a back seat until I was much older. So it was a matter of, it was always there, but I never thought I could do anything with it.
Okay, you never thought you can do anything with it. Why?
Yeah. Academically, I didn't like science. I didn't like chemistry. I didn't like biology. It was the driest subject ever. And I firmly believe that's what you needed to be a nurse. And it transpires, it helps. But when I did actually start nursing, it was a part of the training, but it came to me much easier than I'd ever imagined. So it was worth the wait. Put it that way, it was worth the wait.
What was the push that caused you to actually take the leap of faith to go into nursing? Because as you said, the sciences wasn't something that you enjoyed. So what made you say, you know what, all right. And you said you from a young age, nursing was something that you always wanted to do. So what the back seat was that the sciences or the schooling, I guess it wasn't, you felt you weren't good enough in, or the subjects weren't great to you. But what drove you? When did you take the leap of faith?
I took the leap of faith. I had time on my hands, and I volunteered in a hospice. Okay. So over here, a hospice is basically where people go to die with dignity. And I used to make the teas and serve the lunches and be there for the families. but it was also a place where student nurses would come for their placements. And one day, a young man, a student nurse, he said to me, "Why are you not nursing? Why are you not doing this when clearly it's what you should be doing?" And I said to him,
Wow.
all the buts, like you've just been saying, but this, but that, but that. And he said, "No, go home, no more buts." And I did. And 4 months later, I started my nursing degree. And the rest is history. Yeah.
And how long have you been in the field?
I've been nursing now 15 years.
Wow. And nursing, not an easy profession, and on a whole, nursing is not an easy profession, but you're in the palliative care. What made you continue in that space?
I don't know. To this day, I think I was just drawn to it. It's something I know I'm good at. I don't think anyone should die alone.
Right. No.
And the sheer, I don't know what it is. It's just knowing that you've done that for somebody. You've been able to hold their hand. You've been able to console a family. It's an immense feeling. I mean, I was born and grown in the church.
Yeah.
My dad, God rest his soul, was a God-fearing churchman. We had no choice. So we've grown up with that. And I always know there's somebody out there. There's somebody looking after us. There's somebody helping us on every path. And we get what we get because of what we give.
Yes.
Not necessarily materialistically.
Yes.
But I would like to think, should I ever need something from someone, it would be there. I firmly believe you get what you give in that sense. So
that is so true.
Yeah.
That is so true. You get what you give, and that works in the positive, and that works in the negative, people. So be mindful of what you're putting out there, because trust me, it is going to come back. So take us to the time of your initial breast cancer diagnosis, and what was life like for you then?
Oh, what was it like? Well, in a nutshell, what happened about 8 months previous to that diagnosis, my elder sister Eileen became quite unwell, and within a few weeks she was gone.
Oh, wow! Sorry to hear.
So, yeah, she had cancer, but she never actually let me know to what degree. So, being a nurse, she kept a lot from me. For those reasons, she didn't want me to be her nurse. She wanted me to be her sister.
Oh, wow.
And it's taken time for me to digest that and not feel any hurt.
Wow.
Because when she died, it was unbelievable, considering the field that I work in.
Right.
We took her to the hospice. We were there in her last hours. And I actually left the hospice and went to work. Because I knew I did not want to see her end.
Wow.
Although I'd been working in nursing and seeing everybody that I care for, I see their end, I chose not to see hers. I left that to my elder sister, Hope.
Wow.
So it was a hard time. My dad didn't take it very well. My dad was living in Westmoreland. He'd been there for nearly 30 years. And he died of a broken heart within 4 months.
Wow, I'm so sorry. Wow.
So I came over and I was staying in Sav, looking after him. And he waited for me to get back on that plane and land at Gatwick, and then he died.
Wow.
So it was a culmination of grief. And within 4 months, I had my diagnosis. But I had to make sure that my son and my mother and the rest of my family who were grieving would not take on what I have now as something to be upset about.
Wow.
So I did. I painted a very, very good picture. I made sure that no one ever saw me sad, down, upset. The whole treatment process, I still went out. I still went partying.
Really?
Yes.
So before we even go there, 'cause I want to know how the partying get involved. But what were some of the symptoms that you were noticing at the time, or did you notice any symptoms?
Well, basically, I felt a lump in the shower in my breast.
Okay.
Went to the doctor and they said, "Oh no, it's more likely a cyst." Come back in a month. Went back. Highly unlikely, given your age.
And what age was this?
50. So I went back and I said, no, this needs to be investigated.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the hospital. They did the mammogram. They said, no, nothing's changed in your breast since your last mammogram.
Really?
But clearly there's a shadow there. I said, clearly something is there.
You could see something, but they just thought it was nothing, or just a
They
cyst.
thought it was nothing. Yeah, just a cyst. So they did a biopsy for me, and it transpires. I'd almost convinced myself it was a cyst, because when I went back for the results, I went on my own.
Wow.
And he said to me, yes, it is cancer. And I said, well, what now?
Mm-hmm.
What do we do now?
Mm-hmm.
Let's begin. I know the process, so waste no time. Here we go. And
Wow.
that's exactly what happened. I went home, said, Mum, I've got breast cancer. Before she could even open her mouth, I said, it's fine. I got this. Nothing to worry about.
And
I'm not going to lie, I was scared, but I wouldn't let her know that. I wouldn't let my son know that. No way, no way.
And do you think that's because because of the field that you were in, and
Yes.
you understood the transitioning
Yes.
part?
Yes, absolutely. I didn't want them to have the fear that I had. I just didn't want them to have it. And my son was ready for his final school exams. And I thought, no. He'd see me in the mornings, I'd be smiling, things would go on just as normal. I went through surgery, chemotherapy for 6 months, radiotherapy, and halfway through my chemotherapy, I had my birthday party. Don't laugh. I had a fancy dress birthday party.
Nice.
And the theme was to come as what you wanted to be when you grow up.
Aww.
And people
Wow.
did. They came air stewardesses, pilots. They made such an effort. And I was there with my lovely red wig. And I because I knew that I had to keep moving.
Yeah.
My mum could never see the hurt. She just buried her daughter. She can't be thinking she's going to bury another one. So by the grace of God, I got through my treatment and I went straight back to work.
I was just going to ask you. So you were partying during your treatment. You went to work during your treatment. In all of this, you're putting on a brave face, and
Yeah.
you're not only you putting on a brave face, you're also helping persons transition.
Yeah. It was my way of coping. That's how I see it. I couldn't have just laid there and said, woe is me.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. It was never going to be
Wow.
me. So crack on, get it done. I'm in remission. I'm nearly finished my oral medication.
Yeah.
I'm coming up to the mark where they can say to me, okay, you're okay for now. Let's leave the rest to the universe. That's why I have this Carpe Diem.
Yes. Seize the day. Yes. Yes. Oh, on the tattoo on your arm. Yes. Yes.
Tattoo on my
Yes.
arm. I have to get up with purpose. I have to make sure, if it's the slightest thing, whether it's for myself or others, there has to be a reason for me to still be here.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be,
Absolutely.
you know,
What was your experience being on the other side of the healthcare system?
I thought it was fine. I had no issues with it whatsoever. They were brilliant.
Okay.
They gave me all the support I needed. I think half of a lot of treatments are dependent on the person receiving the treatment. I firmly believe that. You know,
Because a lot
it's
of it
not
is
about-
mental. Do you think?
Yes, it is. It is. I could have took to my bed.
Yeah.
I could have took to my bed. My sister had just died of cancer.
Yes. Right. Right.
I could have took to my bed, but no. For my mum to see me take to my bed, she wouldn't have survived. She wouldn't have survived. So I get my blessings daily.
Yes.
Daily. When people say to me at work, oh, God bless you, I say, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I accept it
You
with open
receive.
arms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Open arms. Because that's what I say to people when I finish conference. I say, God bless you.
Yeah.
Whether you're religious or not, I've given you that.
Mm-hmm.
Take it along, you know? We don't know tomorrow. We don't.
What effect did working with patients who were on the brink of death have on your mental health while undergoing your treatment?
Oh, again, I think I compartmentalized a lot of things. I put what was happening to me in a box and it went to the back. What I need to do today is look after this person here
Wow.
who's facing the end of their life with their family. I can deal with my box another time. And it is like a sticky plaster, I've been told. One day it will have to be ripped off. I'll deal with that when it happens.
Wow.
I try and not ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
There are days, I would be lying if I said I don't think about it every day.
Right.
But that's why I live for every day,
Yes.
because there is that fear that things could change at any moment
Yeah.
for any one of us.
Yes,
But
any one of us. Right. Right.
when you've had a diagnosis, it makes it more real,
Mm-hmm.
much more real. So, yeah, it's hard, but I get through. I get through.
You mentioned being there many times at the bedsides of your patients and hearing their last words or reading their eyes. What are some of the words that you've heard persons say?
Oh, just do it. Just do it. And that's another sort of analogy I use when I'm talking to young people.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
If it benefits your life, if it makes you feel like you're growing,
Mm-hmm.
just do it. We're all going to have obstacles.
Yeah.
We're all going to have a time when we haven't got enough money,
Yeah.
we haven't got enough time, la, 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 la. There are still ways to do things. There are still ways to do things. I make sure I travel.
Yes.
Hey.
So that's your thing.
That's my thing. I get on a plane like people get in taxis. I have to do that for me.
That's awesome.
I have to.
Yeah.
If whatever age I live to, God spare my life,
Mm-hmm.
if I close my eyes, I need to be able to say I've done what I wanted to do.
Wow.
No regret.
No regrets.
Not even cancer's a regret, because it's my life lesson. It's reinforced to me that you have to just live.
Just live.
Don't keep putting things off.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to live.
Looking back, is there anything that you would have done differently?
Without cancer or with cancer?
Give me both.
Before cancer, I was plodding along absolutely fine. I was still traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I was making sure I took my son to Jamaica twice a year to see his granddad.
Mm-hmm.
I was living my life. I loved it. Any excuse, I never wanted for anything, because I made sure I work my hours, I get paid.
Yes.
Simple. Cancer came along and it was like, oh, okay, here's a whole new scenario.
Mm-hmm. So travel probably wasn't there.
It wasn't there at that time, but I made sure as soon as I could get back on a plane, that was the first thing I did.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the Middle East to see some friends in Abu Dhabi, and it was amazing, because that in itself had quite a bittersweet memory.
Yeah.
To stay with friends, one of which was a well-renowned pediatric surgeon in Abu Dhabi. And he used to say to me, Pauline, why don't you come and work in Abu Dhabi? Accommodation, we'll put Aaron through school, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I can't leave my mum, but I can visit. Whenever I can, I will visit. And within 4 months of my diagnosis, he got diagnosed with cancer.
Okay.
And I kind of have survivor guilt sometimes, because he's actually dead now as well.
Wow.
So this thing they call survivor guilt, it's real. It makes you think, well, why am I still here?
Right.
There must be a purpose. There must be a purpose for me to still be here.
Yeah, God isn't finished with you yet.
Yeah, not finished. You don't give what you can't manage either.
This is a fact. You are so right. God does not give you more than you can handle. And if he leads you to it, he's going to lead you through it.
Exactly. That's my belief.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what were some of the positives that came for you after the diagnosis?
some of the positives. Wow. Oh gosh. I realized the people in my life. We take people for granted. We're human beings.
Yeah.
We take family. We take friends. We're like, oh, we see them here. We see them there. But when you're staring at your mortality, thinking, actually, they might not see me after this, or something could happen to them. I embrace my friendships like I can't tell you. I keep everyone so close in my heart. My Facebook is small and limited, but everyone needs to know regularly, I love you.
Wow.
Okay? I love you.
Wow.
I don't throw it out there just as a sentence. I actually say it and I mean it. I love you.
Wow.
What people want to do with that,
that's important.
But that's what it made me realize. I love. 100%.
Wow. And how are you currently seizing your day?
How am I currently seizing my day? Well, we are now on Wednesday. I've just come back from Spain.
Nice. How was that?
Yeah. It was beautiful, because the other thing that my diagnosis brought up after my treatment was I want my own piece of Spain. So
I'm sorry, say
went,
that again. You want your own piece of Spain? You want to move to Spain?
I want my own piece of Spain. No, I'm going to stay right here in London, but I need my own piece of Spain that I can go to at any given time I choose.
Ah, okay.
So I made sure I've got an apartment there now.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. I came back last week after being there for 4 nights, just 4 nights of chilling. And next week I'm flying out to Barbados.
Oh my! First of all, send me the Addy. Drop the pin for Spain. I'll come and holla at you. We can hang out. And when you go to Barbados, that's where my mommy is from. You have to go to visit Cuz's Fish Shack, and he's in Whole Town, I believe. Oh my God, there's so much things to do. We'll talk off the air about that. But enjoy yourself. I love this. So travel is your escape. Ultimate. This is your thing.
My Instagram is all about travel, good food, good company. Oh, there ain't nowhere I wouldn't go. I took my son to Iceland so that he could see what real snow feels like underfoot.
Oh wow! Wait, we don't. You guys get snow in London though? No.
Excuse me. No, we don't get snow.
No, what? I think got snow. I was in London.
No. That's a little drizzle. That's a little drizzle.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You want the
Canada.
6 and 12.
I'm talking
okay.
Canada snow.
I got you.
Yeah. Where it snows in. So I want to make sure the world is mine. I'm raising him to know that the world is his to take.
Yes.
Fulfill your dreams, son. He's my only child.
Wow.
There is nowhere on this planet that says you cannot go. If you go there and you feel uncomfortable, you go. You leave.
You move on.
Don't let the reason that you're young, you're black, and you're from what they class as a single parent household, don't let that be the reason that you do not use that passport that I have paid money for.
Great advice.
Get it stamped.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yes. Love people have that blue book and the leaves are still as if they got it. Empty.
Oh, I got a passport. Yeah. Empty. I want it stamped.
Mine have your book to stamp. Yes.
Monthly. Yeah.
And not only stamp, you're supposed to be able to give it back in to get a new one right away.
Exactly.
I agree with you.
Everybody has a smartphone now. Captivate all these beautiful things that we see.
Yeah.
Put them on social media. Don't just leave them on your phone for never to be seen again. Share them.
Yeah.
That's what Instagram's for. Share your dreams. Yeah. Encourage, inspire. That's what I take from it. That's what I like to give. So it's all about the travel. When I'm not working, I'm traveling. Simple.
And I love that. I love that for you. And I love just your outlook on life, working in the sector in which you do work in, seeing people transition. It seems like it would be heavy, but you see, it seems to have given you almost purpose, right? It fuels you.
Yeah, it has.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for answering that call. Thank you so much to the person who planted the seed and said, no, Pauline, nursing is where you are.
Where it's at.
Yeah, nursing is where it's at. And I'm happy that because butt came in. You did say the butts held you back. I'm happy that that you were able to just kind of shake that off and run and seize your day. But Pauline, right now, someone, as we celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month, someone right now is going through or just received a diagnosis. May I ask you just to give someone a reassuring message?
My message to them would be, don't let people deter you from taking your treatment. I had people that said to me, oh my God, you can't take this, you can't take that. Chemotherapy is poison. You're flooding your system with this and you don't even know what it's called, what it's named. Don't listen to those voices. Trust what we have to try and heal us. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm trying to tell people. We've got to trust something. Trust the medicine. If it doesn't work, you can only raise your eyes and say, you tried. Mm-hmm. But if you don't take it, you've got nothing. So take your treatment. Keep your friends close. Keep your family close. Share your feelings. Don't be scared to share your feelings. Mm-hmm. I kept mine covered. I wish I'd have shared more. But you can get through it. You can. Millions do. Mm-hmm. Millions do. Going.
Well, Pauline, you certainly inspired us today in Bridge Nation. I'm moved with these kind of stories. Thank you so much. Continue to do what you do. Continue to walk in your purpose. And again, drop the pin for Spain because I'll come visit you.
That would be lovely. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Did I had a close one yesterday? Jah put an angel over me. Be strong, and I say, well, I firm meditation. One day things must get better. Don't you go down, keep your head above that water. One day things must get better. Be strong, and I say, well, I firm meditation. One day things must get better.
One day things must get better. One day things must get better. That time is now. We're acting now. We're doing what we're doing right now. And if it's anything, Bridge Nation, Ari Jam fam, that you would have taken from our interview with Pauline a while ago, it is to seize the day. Seize the day. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever's on your heart right now, go ahead and do it. Whatever that dream is, whatever that aspiration, whatever the goal, whatever it is. Whatever it is. If it is that you want to go down to Devon House and get ice cream, go do it. Go and do it. Seize your day. Earlier in the show, we were talking about the word but. Pauline mentioned it too. She wanted to do nursing, but the sciences, this, but she probably didn't see herself in the space. But. Right now, somebody is not doing something because of the word but. And you know what that is? Self-sabotage. That word but is allowing you to self-sabotage. All those negative thoughts, the fear, the anxiety, those things, the things that are creeping in your mind right now as to why you haven't done or acted yet. Self-sabotage. I'm going to read a quick excerpt from the book. It is Trust by Iyanla Vanzant. And it goes like this. Someone once referred to a prestigious university environment as the hallowed halls of learning. But when it comes to learning to trust yourself, the greatest and the most challenging hallowed halls exists between your two ears. This is where your history, present, and future intersect to create what you use as the blueprint for your life. In this case, hallowed describes something that is respected and admired, usually because it is old or important or has a good reputation. When you are not taught that you can and should respect, admire, and trust your own thoughts and experiences, you begin to question and doubt yourself. This leaves you vulnerable to feelings of inadequacy, inferiority. These feelings fuel the negative ego and unleash its tirade about your unworthiness and inability to survive. Such thoughts and feelings then become the seeds of self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is a common response to forcing ourselves to do something we do not believe we can do or should be doing. Rather than run the risk of finding success or meeting with failure, we pull out, abandon, or mess up before we can even complete the task. Another common self-sabotaging behavior is procrastination. When self-trust is low or lacking, we will put things off by making the unimportant important. That busyness. Everybody always busy. Well, busy doing what? We will do all those things we tell ourselves must be done before we can begin something that's new or frightening or less pleasurable. We also use the need to prepare, the need to know, or the need to have something we do not yet have before we begin something we do not trust ourselves to do. Fear, shame, past, guilt, Past guilt and lack of forgiveness will also fuel procrastination. When these feelings are present in our consciousness, we will manufacture excuses not to do what we need to do because we don't believe or feel that we can or should do it. Self-sabotage is an internal response to all, as well as an attempt to save us from the energy generated by our disowned negative feelings. Self-sabotage, guys. That word but, that fear, that anxiety, that maybe something from our past is causing us not to act now. It's causing us not to seize our day. And life is just passing us by. Life is fleeting. As Pauline said, there's so much of the messaging that she's received from the persons that she's cared for in their last days have been regret for things that they did not do, that they did not seize their day. Are you seizing your day? Or are you procrastinating? Are you self-sabotaging yourself? Are you miscarrying your own dreams? I encourage you, please, 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 to act now, to seize your day. Seize the day. The time is now. This is not a dress rehearsal. It is now. This is it. This is the real deal. We like to say in our family, it's now. It's happening. It's happening right now. Run with it. Whatever you put down, go pick it back up and run with it. Time waits on no one. I'm going to leave you with some tips that my trusty producer came up with to make use of your now. Remember what's important, which is a big deal. What's important? What is important to you? Keep yourself grounded and aware of your priorities with tangible reminders. That might mean a picture of your kids on your desk. As Pauline said, the persons that are around you, make sure to call them right now and say, I love you. We take people for granted. Remember what and who's important. Take a vacation. So Pauline there, Ghana, Spain, going to Barbados. Take a vacation. It is a fact that a lot of us, dear Romy, you have vacation days, go out, take your vacation, sir. It is a fact that in the Western culture, a lot of persons leave their vacations, I guess, to accrue with the hope to take the vacation, and then they never do. If you have the time, you've accrued the time, take the vacation, pour into yourself, let go of regrets, and move on. Let go of regrets and move on. Okay, don't focus on the mistakes. Don't focus on the past. Don't focus on the failures. Move on. See it for what it is. Take the lesson for what it is and move on. Another, stop comparing yourself to others. You are perfect. You are imperfectly perfect. You are the magic. You're the secret sauce, and whatever it is that you want to do in life, you are that secret sauce. It can't get done if you don't do it. Do not compare yourself to other persons, to their struggles, to who they are. You compare yourself only to you. You are your only competition. Remember that. You are your only competition. The final one, which has been the theme for today, act now. Whatever it is that you need to do right now, do it right now. Do it today. Don't wait till tomorrow. If you need to go pay your property tax, go on, go do it now. And as we wrap up, I just want to thank Pauline for sharing with us and encourage you guys to do all that you need to do to seize your day. I want to thank my amazing team, Dominique Mitchell, Jeffrey Brown, Romaine Simsim, Nayoka Spence of Ayoka Beautiful Purpose, who keeps me, yes, Romy. We got things to talk about on the other half. But thank you guys for being a part of Chasing Purpose. I certainly hope that the conversation that we had is one that has filled you. Remember to always sow seeds that others can bear from and others can learn from. That's what we aim to do here on the Bridge 99 FM. I'll see you soon.
Chasing Purpose is a journey of self-love, self-development, healing, and spirituality.